All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. It is December 1st. It's December already. Oh my goodness. But that's exciting because it's the holidays coming up. And a nice way to kick off the holidays is to talk about the Wizard of Oz, in my opinion. But I am once again here with the fabulous Soo Lee, who is the writer and artist of our brand new Wizard of Oz graphic novel, the Kickstarter. It just launched last week, and it's doing so great. And one more time, Sue, thanks so much for being back to talk about it again.
Of course. Happy to be back. Thank you so much. And I can't believe it is the last month of the year.
Are you excited for Christmas? Do you celebrate?
I did a lot, but there's just so much going on that I don't have my brain is always somewhere else. But I do usually love Christmas a lot.
You told me before we started, like Thanksgiving, you got to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is not a holiday I celebrate a lot. So, I mean, I eat every day, so it's not like it's anything different, but it's a nice time to be off for 4 days without any emails.
That sounds like heaven. Just ignoring all your responsibilities. Yes. Nothing. Yeah, nothing to bother you.
Yeah.
So again, a few months ago, we were talking to everybody about what the Kickstarter was going to be, and now that it's here, now we can get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty details of it. So I got multiple screens open.
Nice.
But for anyone who wasn't familiar with it, like you adapted the original 1939 film into this beautiful new graphic novel, and something else we brought up before we started, like adapting something, but like adding your own tweaks to it. Like, do you want to talk about the process a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that I that like is a property thing, and then there's also things that were like cut out from the movies that I added into, which is in the books, but nothing that we visually see. So I added a little bit of that, which is, interesting because I haven't seen what it looks like. It's just something that I kind of had to imagine myself. But also there were cartoons based on those scenes that I think that they had back in the day, but I didn't really get a chance to look at that.
Okay. But someone who's joining us.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Raven. Hello. And if anyone out there is watching, if you have a question for Sue, please put it in the chat. We're happy to put it up. Because I like live stuff like this where everyone can ask. Everyone can ask the creator.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember from our last conversation. Was your main research just the movie and how, or movie and books?
No, I wasn't allowed to use the books at all, so I had to ignore that. I had to ignore the Wicked, stuff, because I mean it's different, right? But
right.
I had the actual screenplay, and then the movies to go by. That was the only thing that Warner Brothers allowed me to touch. Yeah.
I guess, does it limit you a little bit if you want to? Well, I guess if you're just mainly adapting just the 1939 film, you don't have to reach out to too many.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I was lack of material anyways, and this isn't an adaptation of the book, because if it was, it would have been like 500 graphic novels of the exact one-to-one, right? But because it's so specific and to what degree and what story we're telling, the material is pretty much just a movie. So it was easy in that sense. I didn't have to stray from anything. And it's pretty close to the story anyways.
Gotcha. Would you say like there's now that there's been so many Oz versions, I mean, yes, there's the original books, but now there's the movie, there's Wicked, there's the cartoons. Do you still think that the 1939 film is the strongest adaptation of the series?
I would say yes, because it is the OG. You know, it's like it's one of those things where it stands the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, yes, and quite frankly, I don't remember a lot of the remakes. And we're not
Mm-hmm.
talking about Wicked because that's a whole separate thing. So
Right.
within just The Wizard of Oz, like I didn't really watch the TV shows as much. That wasn't in my periphery. But but the movie always was. You know, it's one of those things like if you've seen the movie, that just sticks with you forever kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's it. That's the only thing I remember within that universe. Well, within like the remakes of the universe. Like that's the original
Mm-hmm.
adaptation, I guess, right? The original adaptation. And then every other adaptation is like a loosely based around that like the books were a thing, but the movie created the universe, I think, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. We visually see it, we know what the theme is, we know what it
Mm-hmm.
like feels like, and then everything else is built around the movie. So for me, the movie is the most important one. In fact, I wouldn't even call it the adaptation. I would say it even stands as its own thing compared to the books. I don't know, maybe that's a hot take.
No, no, I think that's a really good take because especially now, like everything's being compared to that movie.
Exactly.
Everything's compared to the movie, even things that aren't Oz related, because the movie how it used color and music and care and
Yeah.
fantasy in general. Like a lot of films nowadays, like how do they do this trick with the twister? So like a lot of movie making techniques
Yes.
are based on what they did in 1939, which is so incredible to me. Like some like the old school techniques are still arguably the best.
Yeah. I mean, even the actors, right? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones who solidified what the characters are going to be like. You can imagine the personality trait of a character in a book, but they made it like they were like, no, no, this is what Tin Man is supposed to be like, and this is what
Mm-hmm.
Scarecrow is supposed to be like. You know?
And no one can really separate Judy Garland from Dorothy now. Like no, that's
No.
her.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
100%. She's my Dorothy forever.
Same here. Like the newest Wicked movie, like Dorothy's in there, but she's not really in there because you never see her face, and that was
Right.
purposely done. So, because they're like, well, everyone has their own vision of Dorothy, so we're not going to mess with that. Like, so that's
Yeah.
why we never see her face. So, like, if it's still Judy Garland, it's still Judy Garland.
Yeah. Which is for me, it would just be Judy Garland.
Have others reached out to you, like when they hear about the Kickstarter, like how, congrats on this project? How, like, have you gotten any feedback from fans on social media? How, any new
Yeah, I mean,
connections?
there's some people who are excited about it. They're also, I got like a random congratulations and hope it does well on one of my TikTok comments. That was really nice. Yeah, I think people are pretty excited for it, and they're also excited. A lot of people ask if there's gonna be if they're gonna exist outside of the Kickstarter. So I had to so we've been
Mm-hmm.
having conversations and like, yes, this like the standard paperback with my cover is gonna be in local comic shops and everything. Um, so definitely you'll have a chance to do it, but with the Kickstarter, obviously you can only get exclusive covers through there.
Mm-hmm. Along with your covers, we're gonna have a Jay Lee cover. We're gonna have an Eric Shanauer cover. Am I saying his name right? I hope I am.
I think it's Shanauer.
Shanauer. I did the same thing with Paulina. Like if I, as long as I'm not really looking at it, I can kind of
Yeah.
say it. But if I look at it and
Yeah.
I messed it up, Shanauer, like Eric, Eric Shan. I'm not looking. I'm not looking, but that looks
My
like how it's
apologies to
spelled.
Eric.
My apologies as well. Shanauer, but also Alex Ross. So
Of course.
everyone's gonna get to pick which covers that they want. And I think everybody's getting like a trade paperback and a hardcover, if I'm not
There's
mistaken.
signed prints as well. There's there's like I think there's another size that you can get as well, like an
Mhm.
oversized version.
Nice. There's oversized. I know extra things we're gonna have in exclusive editions. We're gonna have lithographs, which I think
Yes.
is awesome. I love a beaut like so many Dynamite covers that we have. I think would make the coolest lithograph ever that you can just hang up everywhere,
Oh,
and
for sure, for
especially
sure.
and your cover definitely fits that mold.
Thank you.
And we're gonna besides lithographs, are you Jay Lee's gonna have some of his original art available for his covers. Like, are you gonna do the same? Or
Yes, actually, you just reminded me. I have to look up pages that I want to share as well.
yeah, cool. I think again, obviously as the Kickstarter goes up, we're gonna like more things will be unlocked. People like because we
Yes.
want to give not just the book. We want to have all these cool extras. But yeah, I definitely love the lithographs. I wonder if Nick's thinking about cards, but that's not something I can talk to him about later. I think
That
there's
would be
also going
fun.
to be an extended gallery
Mm,
with character drawings. That's what at least that's what we have on the homepage. But are you doing like will some of it be like behind the scenes work?
I think there is for the trade paperback, or at least the back matter to the books for
Mhm.
sure, but I'm not sure to what extent.
Okay, but I'm happy we could tell everyone that again, like we're gonna have the extra big editions, character art, the lithographs, the original art that which is super cool. I
Yeah.
don't know who gets to see original art in person. Again, I'm lucky enough to see it when we do it here on the original art experience, but like it's it's that's really how I've learned like how comic art is done. Like you have
Yeah.
you have the big pages and everyone does it by hand and then it gets inked and it gets sent out. It's such an incredible process.
Yes.
So it's so I'm so that's yeah, I can't talk. But
It's
like yeah,
Monday.
that's a good reason. That's the reason for the whole day. It's
Post-holiday Monday, yes.
yeah, but I hope everyone is checking out the page because they'll be able to see everything that we're talking about. Some of your interior pages, all the different covers, Jay Lee's art, and hopefully we can do a preview of your art soon because I think it's just Jay's right now. But yeah, hopefully the updates will be soon. So if everyone's watching on YouTube, go check out the link is down below. It'll take you right to the page and you can see everything that we're talking about. So and I hope everyone checks it out, especially if you're a Wizard of Oz fan. I hope.
Yes, please, and share it with everyone in your life that is interested in the Wizard of Oz or wanted to jump into Wizard of Oz but haven't.
Mhm.
Um, just spread the news.
Spread the news. I think within these last couple minutes, I wanted to tell everyone again if anyone had a quick question for Sue, please put it in the chat. I'll post it up. And I'm thinking if I had one more thing, well, I guess it's kind of related to what we talked about last time, like the Wizard of Oz as a story itself. Like, what do you hope? I guess what do you hope this graphic novel? Like, you hope it just continues the magic. What do you hope it does?
Yeah,
With
I
Oz
like
Legacy.
again, I just want people to experience the adaptation of the movie in a different form. Like I'm hoping that this would just add on to a collection of the movie, and then also for the newer generation of people who don't like who know about Wizard of Oz or are introduced to Wizard of Oz from Wicked, and if they're like, I don't want to watch an old movie, which is the wrong opinion, but right? Like it
Agreed.
happens, right? And I want people to read the book to kind of guide them into the movie. And then it's like watching, if you watched Wicked, you watch the sequel and then
Mhm.
you go backwards and okay, what's the actual story about? And then read
Mhm.
that and then try to go delve deeper into the lore. So I want this more like I want the original fans to enjoy more of the property and like
Mhm.
see it in a different vision, but also it's visually I feel like it's very true to Wizard of Oz, the movie, because I
Mhm.
wanted it to be very all ages friendly, very, bright and bubbly, but also the dark themes to reflect the darkness. Um, but also just to know that the graphic novel adaptation is an adaptation. There's things that Warner Brothers doesn't have rights to with MGM. So there's definitely changes that I made that I think it'd be interesting to see the feedback on how I did, and then
Mhm.
also compared to the movie, and then you can go back and forth. So I want to be like, it's an adaptation, but it's definitely an adaptation
Right.
in the exact sense where there are some things that are very different, but within reading that, I hope it takes you back to the movie and appreciate it more and see the difference between what the movie and the graphic novel brings to the
Mhm.
table. And then hopefully you'll be able to enjoy both.
Love that. I mean, I know I will. I know I will. I guess I immediately thought of one more question as you were going. Like,
Sure.
if do you think the original books would be adapted well into graphic novels? Like whether you did it or somebody else did, do you think those books would be capable of being adapted? Because there's so much Oz lore, and we're just familiar with the one story. It feels like none of the other books really get that much attention.
I think it would be a great graphic novel, but with many changes.
Right.
Like there's some very like some themes that I think wouldn't stand the test of time right now from the books. Um, but there are adaptations where it's a little bit more mature anyways. So I guess in that way they yes, I think the books would be a great adaptation. It just
Hmm.
wouldn't be the movie though. Like
Right.
I think it would have to separate itself completely because it is darker. There's
Hmm.
a lot more happening compared to what the message is trying to bring, It's about hope, right? But the book is
Hmm.
very like, ooh, not hopeless, but it's very dark at some points. So it would have to be different. Like you would have to say this is something completely separate from the movie, if that makes
Right.
sense.
I think so. But but I also think it will be like an interesting challenge and an interesting way to get people like
Oh, yeah.
not be familiar with also the original material, not just the movie. But
Yes.
I think in the end, all Oz lore and material is I think it's all good. I think it's all great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It could go on forever.
When hopefully it does.
Yes.
You have a nice little comment here from
Oh,
Raven Saver.
thank you so much, Raven. I picked up a Shitara miniseries. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And yeah, like you've not just the Wizard of Oz. You've done so much great work, whether it's with Dynamite or with others. I mean, us specifically, yeah, Chitara. You killed it with Maleficent.
Oh, thank you.
Any future projects you wanna hint at before
Yeah,
before we go?
I'm co-create well, Carmilla Volume 3, the last one came out, and that'll be the last of the series, so go check it out. It's from Dark Horse. And then again from Dark Horse, we announced that I am co-creating and the artist for Witness Point. It's created and written by Heath Corson and Nathan Fillion.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet. Well, that's all I had today, and I hope everyone out there had a great time watching. And Sue, I'm excited for all your projects. I'm excited for this
Thank
graphic
you.
novel, and thank you again for being here today. It really means a lot.
Thanks for having me.
So I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Go check out
Yes.
Soo's work. Go check out the Kickstarter.
Yeah, please go support the Kickstarter. Share the Kickstarter with everyone.
And I hope I get to talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a great day. Have a great Monday. Have a great